Hello, YouTubers. This is Bigbabysld, and I'm back again with part 2 to my DVD collection. Let me start off with Matt Damon in the original, Born Identity. This movie completely blew me off guard. I didn't know what to expect. Action from beginning to end, non-stop. I I loved it. I wasn't even a Matt Damon fan until I saw this movie. I'm sure everybody's seen it, but the Born Identity, great movie. Great movie. What I have next, excuse me, the original Child's Play. Another movie that caught me off guard. The introduction to Little Chucky. Uh, Great horror movie, and also funny. This one here is just a good movie. The original Child's Play. For your holiday fix, and I know everybody's seen these movies, or you may even own them. A Christmas Story, classic. It's up there with It's a Wonderful Life. I mean, what else can you say? A Christmas Story. Uh, Kid just had to get that BB gun. Another one that I consider a Christmas classic that should be seen every year around the holidays. Chevy Chase's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I mean, I don't know why this doesn't get aired right after A Christmas Story. I mean, this should be up there with The Bishop's Wife. Chevy Chase in The Christmas Vacation, I think, is one of his best movies. I loved it. Next, we have Samuel L. Jackson, Coach Carter. Interesting movies, not his best. You've seen the story before. Teacher comes to rough school, changes the kids around. Uh, Interesting flick. Interesting. If you've never seen it, it's good to check out one time. But give it a look-see. Now, my next movie. This is a straight-to-video movie, comic book villains. Now, I suggest all my comic book people that look at my videos, I suggest you check this movie out with Donald Logue and DJ Qualls. Check it out. Comic book villains. It's all about comic books. If you love comic books, you will love this movie. And this is to all my comic book people. Please, this was a straight-to-video movie. You may never heard of it, but you probably have to order it online. But get this movie, Comic Book Villains. This movie, if you're in the comic books, you will love this movie. Now, outside of Rocky and Rambo, this here is probably my favorite Stallone movie, Copland. I love this movie. I think, is the best thing he's done outside of the Rocky Rambo franchise. I think it's underrated. I don't think it was too much of a hit, but I mean, Stallone really did his thing. Sylvester Stallone, Harvey Keitel, Ray Liotta, and De Niro. Check out Copland. Good movie. Now, this here, a lot of people will disagree with me. I think Ben Affleck got ripped a new a-hole for doing this movie, but I love Daredevil. I thought Daredevil was a good movie. A lot of people are going to disagree with me. A lot of people are going to say it sucked. But I just thought Daredevil was a good movie. I must have seen it 10 times already. I know all my comic book junkies have seen it as well. I think this is one underrated movie, and it's just too bad. It's too bad Ben Affleck took a hit for this movie. I thought it was great. Here we got two George Romero classics. George Romero, the original Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead. excellent movies. You can't go wrong with Romero. Uh, they did remake this, and I actually like the remake better than I like the original. I did see the remake, The Day of the Dead, and it was pretty awful. But you can't go wrong. You want your zombie fix? George Romero. A lot of people may not have heard of this, but this is Deep Cover with Lawrence Fishburne and Jeff Goldblum. Old movie, came out in about '92. You could tell how young Lawrence Fishburne is. I'm sure you see him on CSI now. But it's a good movie. Fishburne plays a cop. Story's been done before. Cop goes undercover in drug world. Uh, Check this movie out. Deep Cover. Very underrated. Very good movie. Dick Tracy, Warren Beatty. This is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. Me and my boys were just sitting around one day years ago. We watched this. I mean, I don't know if the laughs were intentional or not, but this here is probably one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. Dick Tracy. And Al Pacino steals the show as Mumbles. Dude, it was hilarious. I am a James Bond fan. I do have Die Another Day. I have to say, even though I own this, the best part about it is watching Halle Berry come out the water in that bikini. I just was not a Pierce Brosnan fan of him doing 007. He's a good actor, but I just wasn't a fan. And I'm actually going to showcase a movie that I'm not going to recommend. I just was not a fan of Pierce Brosnan. Check out Timothy Dalton. His two movies were excellent. I mean, Timothy Dalton brought James Bond back to life. Pierce Brosnan kind of killed it for me. I'm actually showing a movie I can't recommend. Dirty Dancing. I say no more. The late Patrick Swayze, Jennifer Grey, who just won Dancing with the Stars. I mean, I can't say anymore. It's just Dirty Dancing. Dumb and Dumber. Early Jim Carrey. Just like in my other video, I showed the Ace Ventura movies. I mean, Dumb and Dumber. This is the Farley brothers. I mean, oh my goodness. This is another movie I can just pop in time and time again, and it's like looking at it for the first time. Jim Carrey, Jeff Daniels, Dumb and Dumber. I'm not a sci-fi head, but this is like my wife's favorite movie. I've yet to sit through it, but she loves this movie. She must have seen it about 20 times. And I'm sure you deep sci-fi people, you may have seen it as well. Dune. She loves this movie, and if she was on this video, she would straight up tell you this is probably one of the most underrated movies ever. So I guess if you get a chance, if you haven't seen it, check out Dune. Okay, I have no explanation for this movie. I haven't seen it. My mother-in-law lent it to us, and it just got stuck in my DVD collection. Jennifer Lopez, enough. Revenge type movie. Personally, maybe somebody could review it for me because I've never seen it. What I'm about to show you is probably the greatest stand-up in history. Eddie Murphy, Delirious. I saw this when I was a boy on HBO, and yeah, the jokes are dated now. This is a pre-Family Guy Eddie Murphy making family movies. Eddie Murphy, Delirious. I had a coworker give this to me for free. Yeah, it's in a CD case, but it is a DVD. This is Eddie Murphy at his best. Eddie Murphy, Delirious. best stand-up I've ever seen in history, and I don't think anybody's ever topped it. This is the only stand-up that had me laughing the whole hour. Every joke just hit the mark. Eddie Murphy delirious. The Fantastic Four. Uh, Not a big fan of this movie. There's been worse done. There's been way better done. The Fantastic Four, the first one. Uh, just not a big fan of this movie. I thought it was okay. The guy here who played the Human Torch is now going to be in the new Captain America movie, and hopefully, I hope he does a better job. Now, let's get back to the classics. You have had to have seen Fargo by Joel and Ethan Coen. This here is one of the best movies. If you haven't seen Fargo, you need to pick it up. Frances McDermott, William H. Macy, Steve Buscemi to me steals the show. You can see Steve Buscemi now in Boardwalk Empire. This guy is a great actor. If you have not seen Fargo, you need to pick this movie up. Yeah, true classic. You need to get Fargo. A Few Good Men. You Can't Handle the Truth. One of my favorite movies. Another military type movie. I know the Marines did not support this movie, but good movie. Jack Nicholson, once again, a scene stealer. Back to Pixar. Finding Nemo really caught me by surprise. I'm not really an Ellen DeGeneres fan, but she just stole the show. I am a fan of Albert Brooks. Haven't heard from him in a minute. He doesn't make too many movies anymore. But this Albert Brooks, Ellen DeGeneres, Finding Nemo is great. The animation is beautiful. You've had to have seen it, but if you haven't, go pick up Finding Nemo. This here's one of my favorite movies, The Five Heartbeats. I love this movie. I know Dreamgirls just came out a couple years ago, and I think that is one overinflated, overrated movie. This one, I think, is way better. Basically based around the same thing, you know, the rise and fall of a music group, made up group, fictional. I mean, it's great. The Five Heartbeats. Check it out. Early Robert Townsend. For my Western fans, Clint Eastwood, for a few dollars more, The Man with No Name. I mean, what else can I say? Early Clint Eastwood. This movie I got for a chuckle. I mean, it's funny, it's good. And Freddy vs. Jason. I just thought it was a good movie. Check it out. Oh, yes. Harrison Ford, The Fugitive. I mean, what more can I say? I must have seen this movie 6 or 7 times. I mean, it's Harrison Ford. Anything this guy does when he was younger was just amazing. Big time Harrison Ford fan. I mean, I don't know what else to say. This is going to be it for now, YouTubers. I will be back shortly with my DVD collection part 3. And I'm going to end this with a great movie, The Fugitive. This is Big Baby SLD, and I am out.